Hey everybody, welcome to the Crypto Beach. This is a very special episode. Today we've got Elo, Matthew. They're running this project called MobSocietyNFT. You know what? It's a project designed for the community. They're gonna share today how they got into crypto and what their project's all about. So without further ado, go ahead, jump into it, guys. Introduce yourself and let's hear that story.
All right, hey Kenna, how's it going, man? I just want to go ahead and, before we even start, I just want to thank you for having us on here today. This is our first ever podcast, so it's very exciting for, me and Elo.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Got you.
And to talk about the Mob Society, or talk about me in general and how I got into crypto. I just want to go ahead and say, I'm currently, I'm 22 from Houston, Texas, H-Town. I go to this University of Texas at San Antonio. I study cybersecurity over there. And, I was just, I've been, ever since I've been in college, I've just been, regular, everyday college student, study, chill with friends, stuff like that.
Yeah.
I've also been, very business minded. Me and Ayla, actually, we've been very business minded. We've always tried to, call each other like, hey, man, what's something, we could do? So, let's start a business. Let's do this. Let's do that. So, I'm chilling one day. I'm in my room, having my regular everyday schedule studying. And Ayla calls me. He's like, hey, bro, I'm about to send you something crazy. He sends it to me and I see something is Weird Whale sold for $600,000 on OpenSea. I'm like, time out, bro. This picture right here, like, hey. I'm like, Elo, like, what's up? Like, what is this? Like, what's NFT? And then, like, Elo, you can go ahead and
the crazy thing is that boy was 14 years old, I believe. So that's another factor that kind of like wowed us. Like, wow, 14-year-old boy making $600,000 by probably just doing something that he loves. But you can continue, Matt.
Yeah, so I'm like, hey, bro, like, what is this? Like, hey, man, like, put me on. Like, what we got to do to, like, get into this thing? Because, we've always, been about business. And so, you can go ahead and explain to him how, you told me about, you told me NFT space.
Yeah, so after showing Matthew this, we didn't waste no time. We said, man, let's get it. Let's get it. This is the future. This is somewhere we could be impactful. We could share our story. So let's hop in head first. We jumped in. We didn't ask no questions. And we had to investigate, So while we investigated, we found a whole community, an international community. We knew it's not just local. In fact, I did some research and most of NFT talk is international. It's not even here, which is crazy. So after doing that international search and everything, we were like, okay, how can we tie in? We noticed that all these NFTs were tying in like a utility aspect, how they're impacting the community. So we said, okay, we have the Mob Society, right? The Mob Society, we want to emphasize the mob and the gang and how they have each other's back. They're looking out for one another. And that kind of starts from our story back when we were in high school, So in high school, we did not have as much resources as everyone else. We didn't have updated textbooks. Our computers were overheating. We were just behind the curve, but we were all a family unit there. So we had no idea, we had no idea until I got to college. I get to college and I realized that we are 10 steps behind these other students. I get in the class, the professor goes, who knows this material? And everyone raised their hand and I'm looking like, dang, like
what's going on?
What's going on? I don't know it at all. I have no clue. And I chalk that up to all the resources that our underprivileged high school had and other underprivileged high schools or schools in the Houston and really the whole United States. What we want to do is with the Mob Society, we want to show them that you're not defined by your circumstances, Even though you came from a place that doesn't have as much resources, we want to show them that through our mobsters, there's opportunity, there's chance, and there's a way that your voice can be heard and how you can affect the world out there because they're listening, because this is a new development and this is something that they want to know. This is a place that we as Black people can introduce culture. We can take over this space because we have a lot to offer, and that is through our collection as well.
Awesome. That was a beautiful, that's a beautiful journey, bro, because you guys are tapping into, a big problem that is the lack of resources. And you know, I believe Mob Society is on the roadmap, is you know, a plan to allocate resources to communities that are underserved. And, you know, coming from two young Black men, you know, who are new to the space, you guys are in college and you guys had to get up to speed on all this technology. I'm sure that was like a pretty exhausting process, you know, and, you know, when we last spoke, you guys, I mean, you could tell you guys are burning the midnight oil just to get this off the ground, you know? So yeah, you know, I hope you guys have support. Have you guys seen a lot of support from the community?
Yeah. You know, on Twitter, they have these things called Twitter Spaces. So, you know, me and Elo are on there every day, you know, early in the morning to late at night. You know, we're just on Twitter Spaces all day, you know, getting ourselves introduced to the community. And, you know, the community is very welcoming, the NFT community, I want to say. You know, there's people like, there's a whole bunch of people in the community, like, you know, NFT Ghost, Steve Ray, everybody's been, you know, welcoming us, giving us advice on how we can, because, you know, they've heard our story and they really like what we were trying to do for our community. So they're giving us tips and tricks on how to, you know, navigate through the spaces.
Awesome.
And I wanted to piggyback in that, in those Twitter spaces too. That's where I learned a lot about what people are doing across the world. And I want to tell y'all that there is some great people and some great art and some great initiatives out there going on. You know, what's displayed on OpenSea is the mainstream. They don't really have much behind, not much utility behind their projects. But what I see in those Twitter spaces is people that want to make a change, you know, and I feel like they're lost among the masses. And I just, with this community growing, we're all going to be the pioneers of this space. So yeah, it was tough to get it running, but honestly, it didn't feel like work. This just felt like, I've never felt more alive in my whole life, to be honest. Doing NFTs really changed my life, and it changed a lot of people's lives, as I'm hearing every day in this Twitter space. And being a part of this change and this community and this new movement is something phenomenal.
And I want to say, you know, I'm very thankful about what you guys are doing over there at Go Beach, you know, giving, you know, people the platforms to come and speak about the NFT community and how, you know, it's brewing and it's growing. It's really, you know, bringing more eyes to Web3.
Well, you know, thank you so much, guys. You know, I think what we are both trying to do is really elevate the conversation. We're trying to bring visibility. We're trying to also create platforms that empower people of our background, right, to contribute to the culture. So, you know, I think what you guys are doing is amazing. You know, just before we kind of wrap things up, would love to learn a little bit about kind of the utility aspects of Mob Society. And I want you guys to plug how people can get in touch and support.
Yeah, so I'll start that, Matt. So we have a roadmap that we designed. We're currently still working on it to improve, you know, as we go along this journey. But right as of now, we have a roadmap that starts from 25%, which is real love. And this 25%, we're giving out 5 NFTs to the first 100 people that joined our Discord, because those are the people that believed in us first. So we want to give them an opportunity to, you know, get one of our mobsters and, you know, show it off and, you know, possibly build their wealth with our mobsters. That's 25%.
Not possibly, definitely.
Definitely. There you go. There you go.
Definitely.
We're doing that 25% sold, man.
Okay, yeah. Okay. 50% is that is, I think that is the Matthew, correct me, is it the community one?
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's the community one where we want to make merchandise, some merch for the people. We think that we can, or we're gonna print our mobsters on jackets, beanies, or whatever, and we're gonna send it back to our holders, the people that have our NFTs, as a token of appreciation for believing in us and putting into us and supporting our journey. And 75% is called 75% is the, I don't have it pulled up here, but I believe 75% is the
mob ties. What was that?
Mob ties is 100%.
Well, to explain the 75%, right? We talked about the community. I think, okay, actually, Elo, 75% was the community, about how we're setting up the, you know,
Yeah.
how we're going back to our communities in the greater Houston area to set up nonprofits.
Perfect. That's huge. So that's it. What's that 75% about?
Go ahead, Elo. You can piggyback off of what
So we are gonna go into. We want to set up a non. One thing is this technology aspect that I felt like our schools, underprivileged schools in the Houston area are lacking. We want to donate a percentage of our profits to schools in the Houston area that are lacking finances and materials, because we don't want that to be a option for them to not learn and not succeed in life. So we want to give them new computers, new laptops, new resources, just to give them a fair chance in the world. And the second one is we want to establish a help center, and this is for the whole United States. This help center, what it's going to serve to do is going to relieve people of certain stresses in their lives. So I know my parents, my mom is involved in healthcare, and she's come home time after time telling me she feels so bad because her patient couldn't afford this insulin or this medicine to take care of her, to make her feel better.
Yeah.
We don't want that. That's a terrible problem. Why are they paying $800 for it? It's something like insulin. That's too much money. And what we want to do is raise funds to basically put into this help center. So if someone needs help with medicine, or if they need help with their rent or their bills or their light or something like that, we can help be a part of, or we can help them relieve their stress, and so they can worry about other things. We don't want the students to be dragged into the problems that parents have to deal with, because oftentimes even in our schools we saw that students they couldn't even focus on what they love to do, their passion, because they have to help at home. And we sympathize with that, and we definitely don't want that to be a problem. So that's the second thing that we're going to do. 75% is community, and then 100% on our roadside. I mean, on our roadmap is mob ties. This one is dear to us, because I'm Nigerian, Matthew is Nigerian and Ghanaian. So we want to go back to the motherland. And since we're technology based, we just decided that we want to go in and help, do something simple as establish wireless internet, so that they can experience something like that too. We just want it to be technology driven, giving these people new technology so that they can experience Web 3.0 and have a chance to show all their art and express themselves.
Thank you so much for dropping that insight. Where can folks they follow you on Twitter? Hop in your Discord from there. Is that the general approach for y'all?
So yeah, we are on Twitter, we are on Discord, we are on Instagram, we have a website, the Mob Society NFT, the MobSocietyNFT.com. So you could definitely check us out on all platforms. We even have a TikTok. We're trying to start doing things on there. We're just trying to be heard and be seen. We want people to see this, because this is something great. This is something life changing.
Oh yeah, and kind of for the viewers listening out there, most people will be thinking that we never talked about what platform we're releasing our NFTs on. Elo. We won't be doing OpenSea. We've actually aligned with this group called AfroZero, this company, and basically they stand for everything we stand for as far as community and providing, financial opportunity for Black people in the United States. So we'll be releasing our NFTs on there.
Or not even just Black people, it's people of color, or
people of color in general.
It's open to everybody. We just want to show culture. We want this space where our culture is uplifted and people can see what we're doing.
Yeah, definitely. Okay, fellas. Well, thank you so much for coming on the Crypto Beach, sharing a little bit about the mission and the vision behind Mob Society. I think this is a great project that'll contribute to the community meaningfully. And wishing you guys the best of luck. So we will be retweeting.
Thank you.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank y'all.